Hello and welcome to another episode of my Football Manager 2019 career, where we're playing as the mighty Blyth Spartans, and we're in Season 5 now, I think, and we're still fighting things out in the Vanarama National, and this season started off badly with the first match, but has improved a little since then. I've played some matches last night to get the ball rolling and try and get the season moving along. And I'm sticking with this formation that I decided to go with for this season, the 4-3-3. And yeah, after the initial horrible loss for the first match of the season, it seems to have done okay. So we'll just have a look at the results here. So you've seen the friendlies last session. We only lost one against Burton, who are a much stronger team than we are. And then we got to the start of the season. We just played this first match against Bromley, and we lost 5-2, which was horrific. And I thought, oh dear, this this might be a bad season, especially when we're trying to get promoted. But then I've stuck with it, and we've played all of these matches here, and results haven't gone too badly. So we beat Maidstone 3-1, Kingstonian 1-0, Yeovil 2-1. Yeovil and Maidstone are relatively tough teams in this division for me. We lost to Solihull Moors at home, which was pretty disappointing. But as you can see there, Alex Hunt got himself sent off after 36 minutes, which really didn't help. I think that might have gone a long way towards us losing the game. And Callum Semple scored in the 79th minute, and by that point the team was pretty tired. But then we went on to beat Aldershot 4-0 away, which was an absolutely fantastic result. Josh Dolling, the young striker that we signed, was it in Season 1, I think? Who's been hanging around for a long time, coming into the team this season and playing a 9.4 in this game and scoring 2 goals, which was pretty awesome. And also new signing for this season, Darnell Mintus, scoring a goal as well, and Luke Wall, our left wing back, got a goal too. So that was a pretty awesome result. Luke Wall was a penalty, just for the record. But yeah, we were all over him like a rash, and that went well. And then we managed to beat Stockport at home as well. Stockport, another team that we've found tough to beat in the past. We managed to scrape that win, I'd say. It was only a 3-2 result in our favour, but we'll take it. And of course, Darnell Mintus scoring the winning goal in the 84th minute there. So it was pretty late on that we grabbed that victory. Then we went away to York. Again, another team we struggled with in the past. And we actually managed an away draw with York, and I'm happy to take that from them. They're a team we usually lose against, to be honest. So I'm all right with that result. And then Stevenage, recently relegated. They've just come down to this division. So that's another tough team we played away, and we also managed a 1-1 draw with. So again, I take that as a good result. But then we played Hartlepool, and we drew 0-0 with Hartlepool, which was a pretty terrible result for us. We should be beating teams like Hartlepool, particularly at home. But again, as you can see, we got a red card, and that was Sebastian Desprez, the American, getting sent off in the 37th minute, and things just really didn't come together for us after that. Josh Dolling also picked up a minor injury, and as you can see, we picked up a lot of yellow cards. The fine for that match was pretty hefty, as I think it's like our 3rd fine already this season. We're not very far into it. So yeah, things are not going too well financially if we're going to keep that up for the rest of the season. Trying to see if I can find where the fine actually was, but no, I think it's too far back. It'll take me too long to scroll for it. But it was over £1,000, I could tell you that much. It was pretty hefty for a club our level. So yeah, things aren't going too badly. They're not amazing either. But we are in the playoff zone, currently sitting in 5th place on 18 points, just 2 points behind league leaders Sutton. And again, I think we're going to have a tough time coming top. I think our route to promotion has to go through the playoffs from this division at the moment. And let's hope that this strategy will be enough to seal a win for us this time. Of course, last season we lost in the playoff final, and that was disappointing. We lost to Gillingham. I think they'd only just recently come down, and they've gone straight back up again. So there's no shame in losing to a team that's got more money and better players than you, but it's still disappointing. And I was hoping to be in League 2 by this season, but never mind. We will soldier on. So we're already set and ready for our match against Torquay United And they're pretty terrible, to be honest. So we should be winning this. We're also at home. And I'm hoping this will start us on a good note. Our form at the moment is decent. In the last 5 games, we've won 2, drawn 3. Theirs is inconsistent. So things are looking all right. The downside is, due to all our suspensions, yellow cards and all of that, we currently have Des Perez suspended and this Alex Hunt, who we've got in on loan. He's on loan from Sheffield Wednesday this season. He's a really decent midfielder, age 22. And yeah, so both of those are suspended. So that's pretty much devastated our midfield 3. So I've currently got 2 players that are not currently my first choice this season, filling in for them. And that might be our undoing, but we'll have to see. Fingers crossed it isn't. But yeah, unfortunately with get stuck in, which I'm pretty sure we're using in this strategy, it does result in quite a few cards on occasion. I mean, some games you get through just fine, but yeah, others can be a bit rough. And you do tend to accumulate a lot of suspensions over a season. But that's the price you pay for the advantage of being able to go in hard and win the ball back quicker. All right, so I'm just switching the sounds on. We'll just do that trick of coming out and going back in again. There we go. We've got the match sounds now. So it's time for a kickoff. And as usual, it's raining at Croft Park. Nothing new there. But we're playing a very direct style of football with this strategy. So the rain shouldn't hinder our play style too much. Pretty much hoof it up the field and rely on the pace of our front 3 to reach the ball first. They're all pretty quick for this level of football. So hopefully things will work out for us and we'll catch some slower defenders napping. Oh, Mintis with a great challenge there. Sangare picks up the ball in midfield. Now Nexus trying to play the long ball to poacher Josh Dolling, but couldn't quite find him. This pass will though, and Dolling with the shot. That was just wide of the post though. That's a shame. That was a great opportunity early on in the match for the young striker there. And we've got Dan Maguire playing as a deep line forward at the moment, in between Mintis and Dolling. He's not been that amazing at it, but he's the best out of the options I've got. And I think, you know, just going for yet another advanced forward or poacher, which are 2 roles Maguire really enjoys, would be a bit too much. I need someone to link the midfield and the attack sometimes for the deep line forward role. Kind of important there. Okay, the ball's coming out wide right to Leighton Egan. Unfortunately, a poor touch in the rain for him results in a loss of possession, but Kafalas has picked up the ball deep in the Blyth half. Sorry, not deep in the half. He plays it forward, but so far Torquay denying most of our opportunities here. And it looks like they're putting together an attack here. Rydell with a cheeky little flick there to Gaiola. Now Fleary through to Bradbury. He's through on goal. Good challenge there, denying the shot. That was a little bit desperate from us and could have resulted in us conceding a goal. Lewis Thomas is our new keeper this season. Finally replaced O'Reilly, who's been a great servant. But he's just got a bit more quality about him. Egan with the shot there. Thumps straight into a defender, takes the rebound and puts it out for a corner by the looks of things. Yes, so we've got Sangare stepping up for the corner. I've made some tweaks to our corner setup as well. I'm hoping that we'll maybe get some more goals from set pieces after having played about with it, but you never know. It might not work. Okay, Wall trying to find a way through. Nexus to Sangare. Wall again. Cheeky pass to Mintis. Now Naby in the middle. He's a fairly recent signing as well. He's just come in this season. Is it Naby? No, Rahis. That's it. Rahis Naby. And there's another Naby. I think I'm about to sign, or I have just signed. I forget now. Also a midfielder, so things could get a bit confusing between those two. But the new Naby is slightly better than the current Naby. Well, we've reached half-time and it's 0-0. Pretty disappointing. However, we have had 12 shots to their 2, so we are all over them. And it would appear that we are deserving of a goal. It just hasn't arrived yet. I think if we stick at it, perhaps one will come. Egan trying to play in Mintus, and that was a fantastic ball, and there's the goal that I knew was coming. Darnell Mintus, the Jamaican striker signed this season, scoring his 5th goal for the club there. Kafalas with the ball out wide to Egan. Egan just looking for the run, sees it, makes the pass, there it is, and Mintus breaking away from the defender, using his pace and acceleration, and volleying that straight into the net. So we are 1-0 up against Torquay now. The ball is rolling. Things are looking up. Let's see if we can get another. Let's go for some praise now. See how well the lads respond to that. Looking all right. Anyone playing so badly I need to take them off? I mean, Dolling and Maguire aren't having the best games of their lives, but they're not so bad that I feel I need to take them off. I've only got Cavallo on the bench as well. He's not exactly a striker. He's an attacking midfielder. So really, he's just a replacement for Maguire. But we've conceded a goal there. Unfortunately, Rydell finding the net. And that's now 1-1. 66 minutes played. Bit of a calamity here. So Cameron picking up the ball on the edge of the box, playing to Kebble, or is it Kebby? And then Rydell just wide open, nobody marking him, and bangs it in the net. That's his first goal of the season, assist by Elliot Kebby. So praising them didn't really work out well, did it? We've conceded as soon as they got a bit of positive feedback. So we'll go back to demanding more in the hope that we can grab another goal before full time. I'd really rather not be drawing against the likes of Torquay here. This is our home fixture. Abbey picking up the ball from the deflection. Nexus with the shot there, but it's over the bar. He needs to do better than that if we're going to go back in front. We are running out of time here. 7 minutes of normal time to go. I think maybe we'll try bringing Cavallo on for Maguire. Give him an opportunity. See if he can grab a late goal for us or set one up. Here we go. Desperate stuff now. Mintus looking through. Gets the shot away, but it's not a good one. Cavallo, oh, just blocked at the last second there. Looked like Cavallo was going to have a shot into an open net for a moment. Smith here with the corner. Flicks it in towards the 6-yard box, but defended well so far. Kafalas will pick up the loose ball. Tries to play it in towards a Blyth player, but he's only finding yellow shirts at the moment. Poor cross to be expected from a centre-back. Not really best known for their crossing ability, are they? And Bradbury takes the ball away and out of danger. Now Kebby with a throw-in for Torquay. Saunders picks the ball up in the box. Now Bradbury, now Diaz. Diaz takes a curving shot there, but it's high and over the bar. That's my relief. Now we've had 20 shots this game, but only 5 on target. That's not a good ratio at all. But it is showing that the strategy is producing shots, not quality ones right now. Might just be that the players are having a bit of an off game. I don't know. But yeah, we're going to have to settle for the draw here. It's 1-1. 21 shots to their 6. I feel like we should have won that, really. Strikers need to be a little bit more accurate. Okay, at least it's not a loss, though. A point is always worth something. Well, it's worth a point, to be precise. We've got Accrington Stanley next, and that's an away match. I'm kind of worried about playing them. I know they're only down in 12th right now. It's not like they're having the greatest season ever, but I think they're going to be a tough team. Yeah, Blyth, missed chance to win. That is true. We certainly did. We should have done better against Torquay. I can't help but feel that maybe missing those 2 players in midfield just resulted in slightly less quality chances, as you know, we just weren't getting the balls provided that the strikers are used to. Right, I'm just checking out Alex Babos here. He's looking like he could be decent. He's got no interest in signing for us, but we'll keep him on the list. A little bit concerned about his, not feeling comfortable in big matches, but there are a lot of matches that aren't big matches where he could still play well for us, and he's got decent stats. Another important thing is he can play as a false 9. That's pretty rare at this level, and that might serve better than the deep lying forward in between my two strikers. We'll have to see. Right, Peter Jameson. Yes, so this is the goalkeeper we started off with in Season 1. He's mostly been a reserve keeper for us, but I've actually signed some new keepers recently. I've signed 2 new keepers this season. So Peter Jameson is surplus to requirements, and Bradford City have decided they want to snap him up. The fee is a total of 3.2k, so we're going to accept that. It's not bad money for our level. The other keeper I signed is Hilton here. So Joe Hilton, he's got good potential, current 3-star, looks pretty reasonable to me. And we're currently playing Lewis Thomas in goal right now. I think he's just slightly better at the moment. And then, of course, we've still got good old Luke O'Reilly, who's served as well many times, plays well as a sweeper keeper. I think he's worth keeping hold of for the time being. Just need to make sure that he knows where he stands, though, and that he's not... Yeah, he is listed as backup. That's okay. Yeah, I didn't want him thinking he's a first-team player anymore and getting upset about it. So here's the other Naby that I was talking about, Samir Naby. I mean, he doesn't look amazing. He's got good mental stats and reasonable physical stats. His technical stats aren't that bad. If you look, he's got quite a few of them a 9, which is all right for our level. And I'm thinking he might come in handy. So I think I've offered him a contract. I have. So we'll see if he accepts it. And then we've got a few loan players in as well, but unfortunately, none of them are turning out to be as good as I'd hoped. They're more kind of backup loans. So I'm going to end up upsetting some of the managers that I've borrowed these players from, but never mind. Alex Hunt, on the other hand, he is getting games, apart from when he's suspended, which he was for that last one. All right, let's crack on and get this away match against Accrington Stanley out of the way. Got some decent players that we've scouted recently, but unfortunately, I don't think any of these guys are interested in coming to the club. So I think I've shortlisted the ones that I think have got good potential in the future. This Juan Castillo guy, I've not bothered shortlisting him because unfortunately he's got some traits that I don't think I want. So doesn't enjoy big matches and fairly inconsistent performer. Combination of those two things means he's not going to be reliable enough. The interesting thing though is he's a very flexible player, and it would have been great to have someone that can play that wing back role there, because one of my formations does have players in this position, and look, he's head and shoulders way better than my current guys that play those roles. But this is what put me off. The other thing is, it's extremely doubtful if he's interested in signing for us at this point, so we'd probably have to work really hard to try and get him in. And I'm not willing to spend too much on him. We have got a decent transfer budget at the moment, though, for our level. Over 200k, just about. And a little bit of room on the wage budget. Bank balance still looking fairly healthy after our decent cup run again last season. Pretty much every season recently, we've been getting good cup runs, meeting decent high-level teams in the FA Cup and keeping our club afloat that way. We need to keep that up, though. So the pressure is kind of on this season as well to make sure we don't get knocked out too early. The FA Trophy, not too worried about that. There's not that much money in the FA Trophy to be had. But the FA Cup, we definitely want to get far enough to meet some higher level clubs. Right, so Samir Naby has agreed to sign, so we'll take him on. And people are complaining. Yeah, whatever. Complain all you like. Oh, Sangari's worried that he's being replaced. Oh, we're going to have to talk to him. Ah, he's all right. Just the fact that we came to talk to him was enough, apparently. Makes you wonder why he whinged in the first place, but all right. Okay, so... Frank Lampard is manager of Huddersfield Town now. He must have got sacked by Derby. Seems to be doing a lot better in real life for Derby. Derby obviously going to be playing a Wembley final again against Aston Villa. That's one of my friends' clubs is Aston Villa, and of course Derby County is my hometown, city, I guess. My club where I was born and where I live. So I'm looking forward to seeing them play at Wembley. I don't think we're going to win though. I'm pretty pessimistic. But then again, I said that about Leeds especially after we lost 1-0 at home against Leeds. I thought, yeah, this is going the usual way. We're not going to do well here. And then what do you know? They go and turn it around in the second leg away, and yeah, unbelievable stuff to go through to the final. So Frank Lampard's doing good things, it seems, so far at Derby County, but in Football Manager, he apparently got the sack and he's moved on to Huddersfield. And I loaned a player from him, and it's one of the players I'm not using very much. So I think my relationship with Frank Lampard is probably going to go down the pan at some point. All right, Tom Walker, who are you? Yeah, we don't really want you. You can go. Oh God, we've got Ebbsfleet soon as well. Another tough game. Ben Pearson, he keeps whinging constantly, and he's a youth. He's very young, and I've got him as a hot prospect. He's currently playing in the reserves. I've got him listed for loan, but for some reason he expects to be playing in the first team, and he keeps moaning about it. Don't really understand what his problem is. All right, don't really want to transfer list them. Yeah, Dion Charles, let's make him a backup because I'm currently not playing with the attacking wingers. Oh, God. Everybody's having a whinge at the moment. Obviously, that time of year. Right, Remy Thompson, who are you? Okay. Yeah, I don't really need you right now. We'll keep scouring him, though. That's costing me money, actually. Am I really sure I want to do that? No, we'll leave that there, I think. Since right now I'm not using an attacking midfielder, and this seems to be working all right. Like, I mean, I showed you the results. It's working out fairly well. Could be worse. Yeah, Accrington Stanley are clear favourites, recently relegated. Yeah, so I think I'm probably going to end up losing against them. We might have to end up relying on a counter-attacking play, but we'll see. I think the strategy I'm using at the moment fares reasonably well when you just switch to a cautious mentality, because it's quite direct and it does have a lot of aspects to it that suit counter-attacking football in the first place. So it's a fairly flexible strategy that I can switch from, just going out attacking to playing for the counter-attack against tougher teams. So we're going to stick with it. We'll see how it works on attacking initially, and then switch to cautious if things are looking terrible for us. Okay, let's sort the team out before I pick for the under-23s. I want to get the best players I can out. So, Des Perez is available again, back from his suspension. I'll go with Samir Nabi or Alex Hunt. I might give Nabi his debut. See how he does. And I want Hunt on the bench, just in case Nabi plays terribly. And we'll keep Nexus in. He's developed nicely. He's come through our youth system. 20-year-old Irish lad now. And he's still got good potential. Still shaping up nicely. He's got good passing stat, which is nice for a midfielder. Good physical as well, which is good for this level of football. All right. I think that's the only change I want to make. Yeah, we'll go with what we've got here. Just check the bench because Hall Johnson has recovered from his injury, so I want him on the bench. He's definitely of a higher quality than Atkinson at right wing back, and that's what we'll go with now, I think. So now I can pick for the under-23 squad. Let's make him unavailable because he's playing for the first team, and everything's fine. We'll scout the FA Cup. Okay, so a couple of rough games here, but Filed should be a game that we're winning. So we've got a recovery match coming up soon. All right, this is kind of concerning. My team leaders, Luke O'Reilly, no longer in the first team, and Lewis Lang, no longer in the first team at the moment either. I think he's actually still my captain too, which is a bit of an issue. Having your captain on the bench. Yeah, but Harvey Smith is vice-captain, and Harvey Smith is actually playing a lot of games at the moment. Need to just check who should I have back up. Ben Hinchcliffe. You remember who you are? Oh, you. Oh, you're pretty decent, aren't you? Oh yeah, I signed him this season as well, I think. For when I do play with wingers, but I'm not really playing with them very much at the minute. Samir Nabi. Yeah, let's make you a stand-in. That works. Oh dear, form not great at the moment. Just drawing a lot right now. Nabi's lacking in match sharpness. We're aware of that, but we've got someone on the bench to replace him with, if needs be. Alex Hunt, the loanee. Right, let's get this ball rolling. So looks like Accrington are playing a standard 4-4-2. Let's see if our 4-3-3 can unlock their defence. And we're off, and it's raining again. I feel like that weather condition suits our play style fairly well. Not sure it will be enough to tip things in our favour against a team of this level, but we'll see. Leighton Egan putting a cross into Dolling. Dolling with the shot. Oh, good save there by Morrison. Well, it's shown some early promise there. Looks like we can break through the defence. And now Accrington Stanley are on the attack. Samut in midfield, tackled beautifully by Nexus there. That was nice. Maguire with the ball forward. Dolling is going to run onto it. And he's very greedily taking the shot himself. I feel he should have played square to Mintus. And he would have had a tap in. Never mind, we do win a corner. Des Perez takes that corner, looking for the header. Kefalis comes out to Nexus. Plays it to Smith, back to Nexus. Can he create something here? Finds Dolling. Dolling with the shot. Good save again by Morrison. There's Perez now with a corner from the other side. Again looking for the head of Kefalis, but failing to find him. And it's definitely looking all right for us, isn't it? Go for a demand more. See if we can spark some life into them. Oh, Nabi feels pressured by that. Well, you know. Get used to it, mate. This is how this club operates. We're going to have to keep an eye on Wall because he's not got the best fitness levels. He's definitely not going to make his way through the whole match. We'll probably have to bring Little on for him in the second half. That's a little bit worrying. Kafalas has picked up a yellow card. Hopefully that won't end up being a red by the end. Accrington Stanley with a shot there. Now they've got a free kick, whipping it in. Naby with a defensive header, but a very good one, unfortunately. The danger is definitely not cleared. Wolfenden with the shot out of nowhere, and that's a goal for Accrington Stanley. Thomas, I don't think he even had time to move. I think he blinked and he missed that one. And that was a wicked shot there. Just took everyone by surprise. Here he is, taking his time, and then bang, just like that. Thomas, well, he moved, but not very well. Well, that's upsetting, because I feel like that was against the run of play for the most part, but perhaps Accrington Stanley are settling into this game. And my other central defender has picked up a yellow as well. Now Smith and Kafalas both in the danger zone. We do have Lang on the bench. If I feel a little bit nervous in the second half, I could bring Lang on for one of these guys on a yellow, but I don't know. Right, so I don't know if I should go counter or not at this stage, because we have shown promise. We've shown, you know, we've had shots that could have been goals. Playing attacking, so we'll give it a little bit longer. We'll see how the highlights go. Well, that one's not in our favour. Charnock there with a free kick. Very hopeful effort there from him, wide of the post. Nothing to fear. Okay, there's another one. So I'm going to switch to cautious now, because good save there from Thomas. That was a good looking free kick. Oh no, apparently not a save. I guess that came off the post. But yeah, we'll switch to cautious now, because we're not getting the highlights, and I want to see if trying to catch them on the break will result in a goal scoring opportunity for us. If it gets too late in the game, we're going to have to switch back to attacking. But nothing seems to be happening right now, does it? Not sure this is a positive change for us. Well, Dan Maguire picking up a yellow now as well. It's 20 minutes remaining. Josh Dolling on a yellow. Oh, God. One more and we're getting a massive fine. Right. Des Prez is playing a 5.9. He's got to come off. I know there are only 10 minutes of normal time remaining, but that is unacceptable. Don't know what his problem is today. But we'll get Alex Hunt on in his place. And who else? Luke Wall is a little bit tired, isn't he? So we'll get Little on as well. So we'll go for the double substitution with 10 minutes remaining. Let's see if these guys can make a difference for us. I'm going to switch back to attacking as well, because I just feel like we're not creating anything on the counter. Perhaps Accrington Stanley have decided it's fine to just sit back and not play aggressively, since they've got a 1-goal lead, and you can't really blame them. Another free kick for Accrington Stanley there. Kirby with the shot this time. Saved comfortably by Thomas. Oh, come on. This is a highlight for Blyth, surely. Dolling in the middle. Come on, score it, Dolling. Oh, no. Oh, what an opportunity that was. He needs to do better, or I need to sign someone that's better. Perhaps we'll have a look, see if we can find a better striker who's going to finish more opportunities, because he does seem to waste some. Hunt trying to flick on to Dolling. Dolling does pick up the ball in the end. Poor defensive header there. Nexus in the middle, tackled by Kirby. And that's the end of that move. Naby winning the ball in midfield though. Doing good work, the new signing. Little to Mintus. Mintus looking to play Maguire through, but failing with the pass there. And it's looking pretty desperate as the seconds are ticking away. 10 seconds to go. I think we're going to lose this game as I predicted. But the lads haven't quite given up yet. They are still trying to attack that Accrington Stanley goal. Little with the throw-in. It's a poor one. And Accrington Stanley are in possession again. Played back to Morrison. And there is the whistle. And we've lost 1-0. I'm not going to cry over that. It's to be expected. Team that's just come down from the division above. Still, obviously, a lot stronger than we are. And we're playing away from home, so we'll accept that loss. Ebbsfleet United are sitting in 3rd place in the league by the looks of things, and we've got to play them away. And they're a tough team. I feel like I've said that a lot of times recently. Oh, they're a tough team. We struggled against them last season. But it's true. We generally don't come off best against Ebbsfleet. Although it looks like they've dropped down the table. So they're only 1 place above us now after the last match. Yeah, they lost 2-1 to Yeovil. They've gone from 3rd down to 8th. That gives me hope that they might be in poor form. Solihull Moors, look at that. 5-3 against Bromley. What a result. But yeah. Naby making his debut. Oh, Nexus is getting a pay increase. Who authorised that? Must have been me. What's going on? I've been linked with the Hartlepool job. Yeah, no. No, thank you. Well, I suppose we've gone 6 matches without losing, but most of those matches were draws. 4 draws. We need to do better. We need more points, and we have dropped out of the playoff zone for the time being. I hope it's only temporary. We need to get back in there. Let's just have a quick look, see if we can find a good striker to sign. So, what type? I don't want to go for loan. Let's go for transfer. I kind of want a poacher. Because I think it works well to have one of the strikers as a poacher. Just someone to kind of hang high up the field for the others to play onto. All right, let's check these guys out. Luca Navarro. What's your finishing going to be like? What's your pace like? Pace doesn't look amazing, does it? Well, we'll give him a trial. Check him out, just in case. But it's really important for me that the poacher's got good pace and acceleration, good finishing, and pretty reasonable composure as well to get through those one-on-one opportunities. So this guy, for example, I'm not interested in him. One, he plays for Spennymoor, but 2, his pace is only 9 and his acceleration 11. So he just would not have the legs that I need. Wakey, thank you very much for the raid. Really appreciate that. I've just realised my chat isn't working, so I'll refresh that. So sorry to any guys that have been trying to chat to me so far and feel I've been ignoring it. Oh, I've just realised there's a follow as well. Lucas, all Lucas usernames are taken. Okay. Thank you very much for the follow. That is a huge name. I don't know what's going on with my chat. So refresh it and see if OBS stops messing about. Have a look. Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah, so yes, I can see by flicking to another window that there has been a whole bunch of chat going on. Sorry, guys, I wasn't ignoring you. It's just OBS being crap, apparently. It wasn't showing me stuff. But yes, thank you very much, Wakey, for the raid. Really appreciate that. I hope you had a good stream. Right. So, Ebbsfleet match coming up very soon. Why is it still not working? Know what's going on. Catch, are you around? Would you mind just typing something for me, Catch, in chat, just to see if it shows up on OBS now? I'm not sure if... Oh, there we go. Now it's working. Thank you. Because I wasn't sure if it still wasn't working or if nobody had said anything since I fixed it. Luca Navarro is going to come in on trial. Let's bring him in. Wakey says, a frustrating stream more than good. I can't buy a win at the moment. Oh, dear. Who are you playing as, Wakey? And what division are you in? I do know the feeling. It gets like that sometimes, doesn't it? I'm just coming off the back of, well, a loss, and then before that, 4 draws. Here we go. So look at that. So I feel like I can't get a win at the moment as well. Right. Ebbsfleet. Come on, we've got to beat Ebbsfleet. That will allow us to leap above them. They're clear favourites. Yeah, I mean, they're better than us. That's the trouble. They're better than us. Hollyport started in Tier 10, now in Season 9 and up to the Vanarama National. That sounds like pretty good going. You've taken them a very long way then. No, that's exactly what it is, Mouth. If that ever occurs, like, because you should know me by now, I always interact with chat. If it ever seems like I'm just ignoring chat, it's usually that OBS is screwed up, and I just haven't realised, and I just think you guys are being quiet. What tier is Vanarama National? Well, that's where we are right now, and so what Wakey's talking about, Catch, is he's modded the game so that you can play lower divisions than are in the standard. So I'm just playing the game as it is in vanilla. So the lowest you can play in that is like the Vanarama North and South. They're equally low. So yeah, Wakey's obviously got a mod that allows him to play many tiers below that, which is cool. But it means he has a huge mountain to climb just to get to the level we're at now, which is where he is in the Vanarama National. He's already climbed a mountain. We just had to go up one division. Even that was tough though. Right, so what's going on here? I think I'm fine with this list. We'll add this new player to the reserves, and then away we go. All right, come on. I really want to win against Ebbsfleet. Yes, it's definitely quite an achievement. That's right. Okay, so our form is now dropped to poor. That's not good, is it? Naby played a 6.7. I'll leave him in. I'll leave him in, I think. That was a reasonable debut. He played better than a lot of the other guys. Des Prez was very disappointing, though. I feel like maybe leaving him out and putting Hunt in. Yeah, let's do that. Punish Des Prez for a poor performance in the last match. I think he deserves it. All right, let's have a look at this Navarro guy. Yeah, I don't think his pace is going to cut it, is it? What do I have in the way of strike? We've still got Bradley Fuster. About Giddings. He's got great acceleration, but his actual pace is not amazing. I don't know. Maybe I'll put him on the bench instead of Cavallo right now. I feel like we might need a little bit more spark up front, and I might end up replacing Dolling. In fact, yeah, let's replace Dolling now, because Dolling wasn't that impressive in the last game. He just wasted too many shots. He's only scored 2 goals all season, and as a poacher, he should be scoring more than that. So let's go with this. Right. And we're off. Wakey says, I could have done with taking longer getting up the leagues as the financial side isn't growing as quickly as I've gone up in the leagues. I have the smallest budget in the Vanarama by a long way. Oh, that's rough, man. Yeah, I mean, I mostly rely on free transfers a lot of the time anyhow at this level, as I'm sure you're doing the same, but it's the wage budget, isn't it? Like, if you haven't got the room in the wage budget, you just can't even bring guys in on free. Oh, looking very nasty there. Ebbsfleet attacking our goal very early on in the game, but we have got the ball away, and it's up to New Loney Giddings. Can he find a pass? No, that was awful. That was absolutely terrible. What is his passing ability? 4. Okay. All right. Yep, that explains things. So, can't really expect him to provide anything for anyone else, can we? All right, let's go for a demand more. Minter's putting the ball into the box. Naby picking it up just outside the 18-yard box. Now Egan, can he beat his man? Finds Nexus. Nexus tries a shot, but pings it straight into a red shirt, and that will go out for a throw-in. Oh, dangerous free kick there coming off the post and hacked away by a Blyth defender. But Ebbsfleet are looking a lot more threatening than we are right now. Let's switch to cautious, see if we can catch them out on the counter. Nothing happening for us. Usually switching to cautious works all right with this strategy, but the last 2 games I've done it in has just resulted in no highlights happening. There's absolutely nothing occurs. Well, okay, I'm actually going to go for the aggressive half-time bollocking because I'm not happy with this. I want more. Let's go back to attacking for the start of the second half. See if we can get a surprise goal against Ebbsfleet. Right, Whiteley on the attack now, playing it out wide left, but it's a terrible ball and goes out for a throw-in. I hope they do more of that. Wow, just no highlights for us. Oh, here we go. Hunt with a corner kick. Out to Naby. What's he going to do with it? Send it back to Hunt. Can Hunt find a pass? Giddings now takes a shot, but it's a poor effort. Just deflects off a defender, but we did win another corner. See if this new set piece setup can come good for us. No, not so far. Naby once again picking up the ball. Does well at sweeping up those loose balls. Kind of pleased with the new signings so far, although he's only playing a 6.4 this game. Could be better, couldn't it? Just repeatedly shouting demand more at the team right now. They are looking focused after the feedback, but a little bit concerning. Giddings and Mintus both playing 6.4s. Might have to bring on Dolling. Cross into Carty. The header wide of the post to my relief. Right, yeah, Giddings not really doing it for us, is he? So let's bring him off and Dolling on. See if Dolling's learnt his lesson of what happens if you squander too many opportunities. He's spent a good 73 minutes on the bench. Let's give him a shot. Send him out there with a rocket up his arse. See if he can score for us. Come on, Dolling. Be a super sub. Right, Mintus receiving the ball from the throw-in from Wall. And plays it immediately back to Wall. Wall into midfield, finding Hunt. Plays it back to Kafalas. Now Egan on the right. Can he put a good cross in? Finds Mintus. He's clear. Takes the shot, but it's a terrible effort. That was weak as a kitten. I don't know what he was playing at there. He should have done better. But that might have been our last good chance of the match. There are only 10 minutes remaining. Luke Wall looking exhausted again. So we're going to bring on Michael Liddell. Although he's pretty old now at 32. His legs are going. He's still got that great crossing ability though. So he might provide something for us. And Leighton Egan is down on 60% too. He's actually having a good game though. But he's knackered. So let's bring Hall Johnson on. I think that is the last of my subs now. So we don't have one held back in case of injury. We're just going to have to cross our fingers. But hope this will make the difference for us. Okay, Fallis to Smith. Poor ball up front. Gibson takes it away. Plays it back to the keeper. Now it's up to the halfway line. Ebbsfleet are on the attack. May with the cross. Finding Andrews here. He's in the box. Plays it back to Garrett. Garrett has space for a shot. Oof. I think that was offside for May there, to my relief. Yes, it was. That was a dangerous attack there. Let's go for another demand more. Corner now for Blyth. Hunt whips it in. Nexus picks it up, plays it to Smith in the box. Smith with a poor shot there. Hunt whips it back in. Gibson heading away though. Farless with the tackle. Keep this move going for Blyth. Dolling on the ball now. Can he make an impact? The sub tries to put a cross in, but it's claimed easily by Ebbsfleet's keeper. Man, tripping over my tongue today. Well, It's looking more and more like a 0-0 draw, but that's not a bad result for us away at Ebbsfleet, to be honest. There are 5 minutes of added time to play, though. It's not over yet. Hall Johnson, coming on in this game as a sub, plays a pass to Dolling. Dolling back to Hall Johnson. Can we get a final cross in? Can we get a goal from it? Little now. What's he going to do with it? Oh, just pings it off a defender and out for a corner. Come on, one of these set pieces has got to come together for us, surely. We've had 12 corners. Can we get a goal off this one? Hunt steps up to take it. Crossed into the head of Nexus. Oh, dangerous there, but Madison managing to dive out and claim that ball before a Blyth attacker can get on the end of it. Throw in now. Cross comes in, headed away. And that's the end of another attack for Blyth. It looks like we are desperately trying here, though. Certainly putting more into it than Ebbsfleet at this stage of the game. Hall Johnson to Mintus. It's a little bit long, though. Mintus having to run far for it, and he's also offside. So that will result in nothing but a free kick to Ebbsfleet. Seconds remain. Fonku trying to win the header there, but comes back to Blyth keeper Lewis Thomas. Claims it comfortably. Now rolling it out to Smith. Can we get one last attack? Is this the moment? Oh, free kick given there. Gibson with the foul by the looks of things. So we're gonna have a free kick, but the whistle is literally about to go. We are over the 5-minute mark now of added time, as Ryan Gibson picks up a yellow card. And before the free kick can even be taken, that is the whistle for full time. So Ebbsfleet had the lion's share of the shots there, but I'm okay with taking a 0-0. A point away at Ebbsfleet is decent for us. But we do want to be beating Fylde. We're up against them next, and we're playing at home on Saturday. That is definitely a game that we should be winning. I'll be very disappointed if things don't come together there. Dolling has vowed to end goal drought. So he's played 6 hours without finding the net. That's I've seen worse, but yeah, he's been letting us down recently. Like I said, he's squandered a bunch of opportunities. Not last match, but the match before, where he played the full match. And he needs to do better. But perhaps he's aware that I'm already looking for a replacement for him. Maybe that's why he's looking at bucking his ideas up. Let's go back to scouting again. Just drop things here a little bit more. Just see who else gets thrown up. Reese Thompson. Nope, you don't look like you're going to be good enough. George Danaher. Nope. Marcus Carver. No, yeah, none of them are really fast enough. Not really what I'm looking for. Nathan Cartman. No, also not fast enough. Well, I guess the best one available is the guy I've currently got on trial. I might end up having to take him on. Don't know. We'll see. We'll see. How's Darnell Mintus doing for you? He's been doing all right, actually, Wakey. I quite like him. I think he's pretty much the best player I've got at the moment. He's a handy little Jamaican. So here he is. And so far he's played 13 and scored 5, which doesn't sound amazing, but it's better than anyone else on my team. So, you know, it's fair to say he's my top striker. And as you can see from the star rating, this is my first team here, and he's definitely a cut above the rest. But that finishing of 14, coupled with the acceleration of 15 and the pace of 12, I mean, the pace could be a little better, but with that acceleration, he does find it easy to break away from defenders, which is nice. And he's a decent finisher when he does. Composure 10 is good enough for this level, although, you know, it'd be nice if it was higher. At least it's not poor. So, yeah, I rate him. I think he's pretty good. I mean, for a long time, Dan Maguire has been my top goal scorer, my top striker. But it's nice to have someone in that's putting him to shame finally. You took 2 people to an away game to Hartlepool in the FA Cup. Wow, your club really is small, isn't it? That's pretty funny. Oh, you've got him in your squad, but he's only got a 7 in finishing on your game. Oh wow, that's like half what I've got. Interesting. I didn't know the variance could be that dramatic. Right, here we go. Coming up against Filed next. And this is, as I said, a game I want to win. Oh, I can't be bothered with all these free agent offers. Not interested. What's going on here? Luke Lyons is moaning. Well, you're not getting games. I can understand why you're moaning. Oh, he's dropped the consent. It's all right. The rest of his stats are great. Oh, man, yeah. Finishing 7's just not good enough, is it, for a striker? Well, not unless he's absolutely amazing at heading or something instead. But yeah, pretty sure he's not, is he? He's an advanced forward primarily, not a target man. Mainly been using him as a backup, attacking midfielder right or left to use his dribbling and pace. That makes perfect sense, doesn't it, Wakey? Yeah. What's his crossing like on yours then? Is that just about good enough for that role? I don't remember what it is on mine. It didn't stand out to me though. Let's have a look. 4. Goddamned awful. I hope he's better at crossing in your game than he is in mine. I suppose you could use him as an inside forward, couldn't you? Like, perhaps that would work out better than a winger. Right, so we're in poor form now, but Filed are inconsistent. Gives me some hope. Not liking our league position at the moment, down in 11th. Not good enough. Right, let's go back to the arrangement I had when things were going well in midfield. I mean, Naby's not disappointed me. I'll keep him on the bench, but at least these guys have had time to form some form of partnership. It's not a very good one, but could be worse. Des right foot. What about Nexus? He's right only. Maybe I'll swap these two around, see how that works. Okay, so Giddings didn't really impress me, did he? It's not great, mate. Not great. Who else have I got? Coggill. He was playing well. Let's try him instead. So he was playing well for the reserves. Let's give him a shot. Not great at poacher. What's his favourite role? Pressing forward. Don't really want a pressing forward, I don't think, right now. We'll try him at poacher, and then again, we've got Dolling we can bring on if things aren't coming together, but... yeah, let's go with that. We really do need to win this game, though. Right, coming up against another 4-4-2 formation. I've got to scroll down. Oh, Stevenage have gone below us. Nice. Got to scroll down to see where we are in the league now. That's depressing. Down in 10th. O'Connor with a free kick for Filed early on in the game. Bounces off Thomas. Thomas with the save off the rebound again. Good reactions there from the Blyth keeper. Denying Filed an early goal. And why did my team start these matches half asleep? It is very concerning. And we're at home as well. Long ball played up the field by the keeper. Failing to find any of my 3 attackers though. And Filed are on the attack once more. We're going to have to go for an early demand more. Smith with the clearance. Only going as far as Capel for Filed. Continuing the attack. Halliday now playing the ball, looking for Morrison. Didn't find him, but the Blyth defensive header did. Morrison out to Vaughan. Vaughan with the cross, and it comes off the post. This is very worrying stuff here from Blyth. Can we get our heads in the game here? Mintus on the attack, playing the ball through for Coghill. Coghill gets to it first, but Roberts managing to keep pace with him, makes the tackle and plays it out for a throw-in. Unfortunate there. Coghill could have had a goal. Instead, the goal comes for Fylde. It's Thomas O'Connor with his third goal of the season, coming off with that free kick there. And it's not really that surprising considering the start they had. It was looking very dangerous. And yeah, no one was there to stop him. Disappointment. We've gone a goal down already. And we've not actually had a single shot in 10 minutes of football. O'Connor again to Simpson this time. Simpson with a very rapid shot there, but it goes wide of the post. What is it with my luck? Things were not going too badly last night, and then we start today. And it looks like the whole team is playing terribly over and over. We just can't get a win. I think maybe Wakey's brought his curse with him. Nah, to be fair, we were already failing to get wins before you arrived, mate. Mintus looking for a shot there, but ball coming off a Fylde defender and out for a corner. Can we get a goal off the corner? Let's see. Hunt whips the ball in towards the head of Smith, but defended well by Fylde, and Capel is on the break now. Two Blyth defenders to beat, though. Playing it out to Morrison. They got men over. This is dangerous. Simpson now to O'Connor. Well blocked there. And can Nexus turn this around for us? He's surging upfield, using his pace there. Got plenty of support. Plays it to Wall. Wall gets a header through to Mintus. Now Mintus, what's he going to do? Oh, he's just going to lose the ball. Come on, man. You can do better than that. So 34 minutes of football played. We've only had 2 shots, one of which was on target. This is very concerning. 53% possession with a play style that's direct. That's a bit surprising. 54% now. Alex Hunt needs to be told to ease off. He's on a yellow. Coghill losing the header, but Nexus winning the ball for us regardless. Des Perez, the American now. Nexus, now Coghill. Out to Egan. Come on, put a good cross in, Egan. Looking for Maguire, but it's a poor cross. And again, defended by Fylde, out for a throw-in. We are still a goal down here as we approach half-time. Just a couple of minutes to go. And some pretty poor performances from the Blyth team. Dan Maguire looking like the worst of the bunch at the minute. O'Connor looking for Simpson. Kafolis denying with the header there, but picked up in midfield by Fylde. Now Castillo out to Morrison. Morrison with a cross to Broha. Oh, off the bar. That was dangerous. Okay. Aggressive half-time bollocking. Yep. Now we kick off the second half at Croft Park. 1-0 down to Fylde, a team that really we should be beating. If the result stands as it is right now, it looks like we'll be dropping down to 11th. Hunt with a free kick, thumped straight into the wall. He picks the ball up again, plays it back to the defence. And that's the end of that move. Wall with the throw-in to Smith. Played to Thomas. Thomas putting it upfield, but it's a poor ball. You need to be finding green and white shirts, not yellow ones. He needs his eyes testing. Dobawali now on the ball to Vaughan again. Morrison. Good run by Morrison, finding Broha. And there's the shot. Thomas saves though. And that will be a corner for Fylde. Still not really looking anywhere like we're going to get an equaliser at the moment, is it? Thomas claiming the ball from that corner. Nice and comfortably. Let's tell the boys to push forward, see if we can get a bit more aggressive. That's right, Wakey. Says that's why you should never shut FM down when you're winning. Are you a believer in that as well? I know so many people that believe in that superstition. It does seem to be the case, doesn't it? Like, you can be on a winning streak, you shut the game down, you load it up the next time, and it's a losing streak. Yeah. Just out of nowhere. Okay. Halliday to Morrison. Dangerous attack here from Fylde. Oh, Brohart bounces off him, though. Is that a penalty? No, thankfully. Jesus. Okay. Maguire is having an awful game. Coghill is having an awful game. It's time for a substitution. Let's get Coghill off and Dolling on. Who else? Fallis not doing well either. We'll leave him on for now. This is terrible, lads. What are you doing? We should be winning these games. Or at least this one. Luke Wall looking pretty tired. Yeah, let's take him off soon. Yeah, now's the time. Wish his, what is it? Natural fitness and stamina were a little higher. Natural fitness of only 8. He's a natural pie eater, it seems. Right, come on. See if the changes can turn things around for us. I'm just looking for an equaliser at this point. Not expecting to win the match. But if we can just steal a goal and take a point from this, that'll do. It'll keep us within reach of the playoffs. I mean, we're still technically within reach, but we are slipping away with every game we're not winning. Dolling throw on goal now. Plays a tame shot there. He needed to hammer that, beat the keeper with a rocket of a shot, but no, he tried to place it. Keeper saves. In with the corner from Hunt. Nexus picks up the ball, but is immediately tackled by Rowe, and it's sent upfield to Morrison. Morrison with poor control there, but somehow getting away with it. A poor pass as well. And we are into the final 10 minutes pretty much of this match. Never works the other way around. Yeah, no, it doesn't, does it, Wakey? I know what you mean. Oh, Nexus in the box to Des Pretz. Come on, can we find a way through this wall of yellow? The answer is no. No, we can't. Nexus in the middle to Maguire. Maguire finding Egan. Come on, Egan. Oh, the cross blocked there. Good defending from Fylde, has to be said. Patton now sending the ball away. Rowe beating his man, and Fylde are on the break here. Egan tracking back, though, to make that steal. Playing it back calmly to Thomas. Now Smith, back to Thomas again. Ball sent upfield. Another, what's going to be common, terrible goal kick by Thomas. Doesn't seem to be making much of those, does he? Good save there, though, from that shot attempt. All out for a corner. Halliday. Mintus now. Can he send the ball upfield? That's a terrible ball. Need to do better, lads. Need to do better. Thomas now. And that's the end of that highlight. Oh, man. I'm going to have to go for the very attacking. I can't do a push forward shout right now. Need to wait till we can shout again. It's desperate times here, so we need desperate measures. See if we can bag a goal. Oh, off the post with that free kick there from O'Connor. Right, now we can go for the push forward. Not looking good, is it? Looks like it's all going the way of Fylde in the dying minutes of this match. O'Connor plays it out wide to Morrison. Morrison putting the cross in. Can follow us with the defensive header, but Brewitt will pick it up on the edge of the 18-yard box and pump it straight back in. But another good defensive header. This time Maguire getting the ball away to Dolling. Dolling switching it up to Mintus. Mintus will win that ball before the defender tries to put a cross in, but it takes a deflection and goes out for a corner. This is possibly the last good chance we'll have here in this match to equalise. Hunt puts the cross in off the head of Kafalis and wide of the post. Oh, that was possibly the end. That was possibly the end for us. Just need to be finishing these opportunities, don't we? I mean, we made a single clear-cut chance. That's not great, but, you know, if we'd have finished that clear-cut, we'd be on level peggings. Then again, Fylde have made 2. Thomas claiming the ball out of the air there. Can he get this goal kick up the field to a green and white shirt? Looks like we got a throw in here. Egan to Dolling. Dolling immediately tackled. Looks like Fylde are willing to go in rough here. Simpson winning the ball in midfield for Fylde. Morrison, been a key man with the attacking moves for Fylde this match. Involved in yet another. This time his cross pinging off a defender and going out for a throw-in though. Little with a good tackle. Robertson picks up the loose ball though. Plays it to Morrison. Now O'Connor. Morrison again with the cross. Kefallis clears it. Not very far though. Oh, good tackle by Kefallis there in the box and on a yellow card. Risky stuff, but it's what we got to do. Mintus with the cross. Poor effort. Can Egan keep this move going? Dolling offside, no doubt. Yes, he's offside. And that will be the full-time whistle. We've lost 1-0 at home to Fylde. They were all over us, look. 19 shots to 8. Tell the team the performance was disappointing. Is this a sign we need to switch the strategy up for a bit just to get back in control? Oh, it was working so well for us, though. Why do you do this, Football Manager? Why do you do this to us? Okay. That was a loss that we really shouldn't have taken. Oh, fans are criticising the tactics now, yeah, because it's not coming together. Maguire not scoring goals. Dolling not scoring goals. Oh, and now we've gone from 6 matches without losing to 7 matches without winning now. What a disappointment this session is shaping up to be. So look, I mean, it's just this is where we started the session against Torquay, and since we started, it's been draw, loss, draw, loss. Then we've got Alfreton in the cup. Do I switch the strategy up? I guess I'm going to. We'll go for something completely different. We'll go for the 3-4-3 attacking for the cup game. Is it an FA Cup game? It is. Oh man, I don't want to go out the FA Cup early. Not sure whether to go this one or this one. We'll give this a shot. This is kind of interesting when it works. So we'll train this strategy for the coming week. There we go. And hope for the best against Alfreton in the FA Cup 4th round qualifier. Again, Alfreton, a team that we normally beat, but so are Fylde, so a little bit concerned. Dan Maguire, striker, has actually picked up a ban from yellow cards already this season. That's unreal. Gets stuck in for you though, isn't it? Right. We've got a lot of work to do. We've got to turn things around for the team. I mean, one thing I could do is I could try and talk up their morale. If you show you guys, you might not all be aware of this, but if you go talk to players, so let's have a look at the morale. Let's we don't want that. Let's take Mintus for example. So his morale's not great. So you go speak about, praise player, praise conduct. There you go. And as you can see there, he loved that, and his morale has now gone up to very good. So that's one thing I can do to try to turn things around, and a little tip for those of you playing low-level football that might not know about that. I don't know who does or who doesn't, but it's a useful thing. If your morale's in the floor and you need to turn things around, you just go speak about, praise player, praise conduct. There you go, and it'll up their morale. And so I'm probably going to do that. We'll do it just before the match against Alfreton. See if we can raise spirits enough to turn this streak of terrible around. Right, who's going to play for the under-23s? Oh, Jesus. I've got far too many players now. I just went nuts the last 2 seasons signing players just so I can have the flexibility in the strategies. Oh, God, no. No, just no. Let's pick best 11 for this instead. There we go. More like it. So... Oh. Okay, perhaps I should sign you then. What are his traits? Looks all right to me. I'll sign him. Right after I'm saying, yeah, I've been going nuts with signing players recently. Let's make another signing. I mean, we've got the wage budget for it, so I may as well while I can afford it. Because if I can get up to the next division, money will get a little bit better, won't it? And you need the players to get you up. Right, who else is next best after you? Because you're only on trial. Oh, Lang's suspended? Why is he suspended? Been on the bench. I haven't been playing him. What's he suspended for? Is it from reserve games? I don't even know. Let's put Bernard on then instead. Right, so that looks like it's going to be the team for the match day. Oh, hold on a minute. Navarro. He's on trial as well, isn't he? Oh, he can actually play properly as a deep line forward. Oh, well, we're signing him then. That's happening. Because Dan Maguire isn't completely comfortable at that role. Yeah, that'll do. We'll take you. So having someone that is for our 4-3-3 strategy could come in very handy. Right. Get Mintus on up front. Yeah, there we go. That works. Hinchcliffe. Oh yeah, I signed him this season, didn't I? More of a winger though, but he has got finishing 12, so makes me feel like he could get away at the inside forward role. I'll keep him in. All right. So now I need to pick my under 23s squad. Like everyone unavailable, and then everyone available. Right. You unavailable. You unavailable. You unavailable. And everyone else is all good. Yep. Okay. Well, we got Thomas in team of the week, so I'll keep her doing well in spite of the fact we're not as a team. Why have I got a bad feeling about the FA Cup this season? Probably because I'm off the back of a 7 matches without winning. That's why, isn't it? I've just got a horrible feeling we're going to go out in the first round, and I rely on that money. That's what's keeping my club afloat largely, is that money that we're getting from the from the FA Cup every season. And as you can see, our funds are dropping. What were we on, like 800k at the end of last season? We're already down to just under 600k. Our expenses are fairly high, compared to our income. So that's what I mean. Like the major money that we bring in is FA Cup money every season, and if we go out early, we could have a financial disaster on our hands, especially with the squad bloat that I've got going on right now. I have a lot of players that at the moment I don't really want to have to clear out because, like I said, I like having the flexibility that the squad allows for me to switch tactics up. And now, why should Harvey Smith be a backup? I'm going to ignore that for now because I'm a vice captain. Right. Yes. This Will Aimson has agreed to sign. Yeah, he seemed all right. Seemed like he's going to make a good stopper. So let's get him in. So he can actually just straight up playing the team now. Oh, Cavallo, I know you're not getting games, but I'm just not using an attacking midfielder right now. Just deal with it. Oh, not happy. He's not happy. All right, he's fine now that I've actually spoken to him. I didn't actually have to say anything other than go, oh, do you want to talk? Oh, well, yeah. Okay, so where's Aimson, this new guy? Where's he gone? Where's he gone? Come on, I've just signed you. Why can't I see him? It would appear that I'm blind. Or he's... Oh, there he is. He's on the bench. God damn it. Okay, so... Yeah, let's get him on in place of Bernard. Alright. Let's go pick best 11 again. Just make double sure. Right, and I want Mintus. Yep, okay. Sutton United away next. Oh, man. They're going to be tricky too. They're in third place, having a great season while we're having a bad one. And playing them away while we're in this form. Not what I want to see, is it? Still, there's a long season ahead of us. I think we've still got enough time to turn this form around. Make sure we end the season in the playoffs again. And we reached the playoff finals last season, so we could do it again this season. I think, did we reach it the season before, or were we just short of it? I forget now. But, you know, we've been doing all right. Even when we've hit bad runs, we've managed to turn things around. Catch says, I believe. That makes one of you then. Yeah, I hope we can turn it around. I hope this cup match is the beginning of a turnaround, but we'll see. I've just got a really bad feeling about it. I've got a bad feeling about it. But that strategy that I'm going to use here, I think in pre-season friendlies, that strategy was resulting in ridiculous numbers of goals against weaker teams. So, you know, maybe it will work out. Because I think at this stage, I do consider Alfreton a weaker team than us. I could be wrong, though. I'll have to see. Shut up, mouth. Enough of your shit. It's going to be fine. I've got us this far. Yeah. It's about right, Catch. Okay. Here we go. Poor form. And they're inconsistent. That's a lot better than we are. All right, let's just check out the subs bench. Make sure we've got everything we need on it. So, first of all, I need my wing backs. Little suspended. God damn it. Oh, Lang's suspended. Get Lions on. Okay. Oh, we've got Bernard. Oh, great. He can go. We've got Naby in midfield. That works out all right. Let's take... I need some kind of wingery shaped substitute. Noble Lazarus. Yeah, he's probably the right one to go with since he can play left or right. And then we've got Navarro as our reserve striker. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, all right. We'll go with this. Come on, boys. Give us a win. Oh, hold on. Navarro's ineligible because he's he's still on trial. Idiot. I didn't even spot that message. I was like, oh, why have we not gone into the match? What's going on here? Right, so Maguire will be on the bench. That's fine. We can live with that. Yeah. Got to give numbers out. A lot of players in this squad. Yeah, I forgot that new striker, we've offered him a contract. He hasn't signed yet, so he's not quite available for this match. The new defender is, though, Will Aimson, getting his debut here in the FA Cup against Alfreton. Let's see if he can do us proud and justify his signing. Okay. We're away. And the first highlight goes to Alfreton. Come on. Come on. Why you got to do this to me, Football Manager? Why? Free kick by Blakeman. Curled in with his left into the top corner. Thomas left completely stranded. No way he's reaching that. Fantastic goal. Opening the match. Less than 2 minutes played. What the hell? Right, Egan with the throw-in. Whipping the ball in. Oh, looked like the keeper was beaten there, but the defender wasn't. Smith picking up the ball at the back, playing it upfield to Wall. Wall trying to put a cross in, but can't beat Narty. It's played back into the Blyth half. Smith picking the ball up once again and pumping it straight back up towards the Alfreton goal. Although Blyth failing to keep control of that. Oh, Mintus wins the ball. Oh, gets a shot away, but Rose saves. Hunt now with the corner. It's a big high looping corner. Des Press finds himself in possession in the box, but he's tackled immediately. And that is the end of that. Okay. Blakeman now for Alfreton. Up to Helm. One needs to close him down. Oh, good crunching tackle in by Egan there. And it was clean. And Mintus is on the break. One-on-one with the keeper. He slots it in and there's the equaliser. 13 minutes in. Darnell Mintus with his 6th goal of the season. Assist provided by the American Des Prez. And we are at level pegging now. And what a long ball that was. And this is what we aim to do with our fast strikers. Just catch the defence napping, beat the offside trap, and get the ball slotted in calmly. So, there's hope. There is hope. Aimson, new boy, giving the ball away needlessly. Brilliant. Langley. Now Perry. Garrick. Harrison. Just looking to play short passes and keep possession at the moment, Alfreton. Probably while they calm their nerves after that goal. But they will be going for an attack sooner or later. I can feel it coming. There it is. Al Husseini with the cross to Garrick. Onto his head and into the goal. And Blyth caught napping at the back once again. Disappointing stuff here. And Garrick was involved in that move right from the beginning over here. And you see him make the run. Defenders just let him go. Al Husseini with the cross. And there he is with the free header. Just terrible defending, really. Not a lot I can do about that. Just demand more and hope they play better. Thomas with the goal kick. Out short to Smith. Up to Hinchcliffe, new signing. Currently playing as an inside forward. Not his ideal role, but he's got the finishing to do it. Charles picks up the ball on the edge of the 18-yard box. Flicked into Hinchcliffe. Oh, good shot. It was on target. Keeper did well to save that. And Al Husseini with the tackle. And that goes out for a Blyth corner. That could have been a goal. In comes the corner. Des Press picks it up. Oh, shot blocked. And away it goes out for a throw. Yeah, that was a nice little move. It definitely showed promise. Hinchcliffe should have buried that. He's certainly got the finishing ability to do it. Just didn't seem to get lucky. I don't think. I mean, I was just checking. His composure seems good as well. So, yeah, just wasn't his day, I guess. All right, we're 2-1 down at half-time. but it's not over yet. I mean, I've got a bad feeling we're going to go out of the cup early, and yeah, going out this early would be a financial disaster. Wall with the throw-in now to Hunt. Hunt looking for Des Prez. Can't find him though. Ball flicked away, and Blakeman picks it up for Alfreton. Sends it upfield. But Kefalos, the Greek under 21, well, he's now over 21. The former Greek under 21, I should say, picks it up, sends it back upfield. Now Wall, can he put in a good cross? Looking for the head of Des Prez, but he can't keep the header down, and it goes over the bar and out for a goal kick. Must do better. Come on, boys. Let's demand more. Egan and Wall both playing 6.3s. Very concerning. Blakeman with the corner for Alfreton. Oh, Al-Husseini with the shot. Luckily wide of the target though. Another highlight for Alfreton. Blakeman with the free kick. It's a terrible free kick though. It goes well wide of the post. Okay, Wall with the throw in. Egan has now dropped to 6.2. I'm going to have to make a substitute. Can't have him playing that badly. Garrick, though, on the break. He's through. Takes a shot. Thomas saves. That was worrying. Right, it's time for the substitutions. Oh, man. Why are my wing-backs playing so badly? Paul Johnson coming on. And O'Hanlon. Oh, man, I have O'Hanlon on the bench instead of Liddell. Oh, was Liddell suspended? I think something like that. There was some reason. Okay. These boys will have to do. We're still a goal down as we approach the last 10 minutes of the game. And I don't think it's going to be enough. We are going to be going out of the FA Cup very early this season. Maybe we can see the positive side of that though, because it might help our league campaign, having to play a lot less matches. But no! Hinchcliffe with a fantastic shot there, curling into the top left corner, and we get an equaliser late on with 7 minutes to go of normal time. Hunt with the corner kick there, out to Hinchcliffe in acres of space, and what a shot that was from outside the box. Brilliant stuff. It's not over yet. It's 2-2 here. Kefalos now playing the ball up. Comes back to him. Well, Hunt. Mintus taking a super long shot there, but that adds some pace and power to it. Low and forcing a save from the Alfreton keeper, so we win another corner. In it comes. Charles picking up the ball this time. Kefalos. Now Des Prez, back to Kefalos. Charles again, losing possession. Helm now has it, back to Harrison. And that's the end of that move. That was a little bit disappointing, boys. Go for another demand more. We are into the final minute of normal time. I believe that I didn't agree to extra time, so this should be going to a rematch if it finishes a draw. Oh, no, it goes to extra time. Oh, crap. This isn't good news. We're going to have some very, very tired players after this game. And we'll have to play the next league game pretty knackered. Right. Okay. Let's start extra time then. Let's hope we can get a goal before this goes to penalties. Okay, Kefalos picking the ball up. Playing to Smith. Partner central defence. Now ball through to Mintus. He's through. Takes the shot, but Rose closes it down well. And Nati keeping it in to avoid conceding the corner. Thomas now. Garrick. Al-Husseini. Garrick with the shot. It's a thundering effort. Straight into the top left corner of the Blyth net. And Alfreton are ahead once again in this first half of extra time. That man Garrick, he is dangerous. He's providing a lot for them. Al Hosseini again with the provision. And look at that rocket of a shot. Well, what can we do here? Other than cross our fingers and hope for another equaliser. We just can't stop going behind. But we have drawn level twice. Maybe we can do it a third time. Hinchcliffe. Mintus. And there's the equaliser. It's 3-3. What a roller coaster this is. And I believe that is the hat-trick for Darnell Mintus in this game, is it? I think he scored all three. I'm going to have to check. Hinchcliffe providing the ball. And again, Mintus using his pace and acceleration to break away, get a shot off and score a goal. Let's just have a quick check. Mintus. Oh no, goal number 2 was Hinchcliffe. So Mintus is on a brace. Bagged himself a couple. Hey Cold Steel, how you doing? Maybe you are a lucky charm. We've had a rough run. If things can turn around, I'll certainly agree to you being a lucky charm. It's 3-3 now. In the final minute of the first half of extra time. Now let's start the second half. Let's hope we can get a goal. Come on, boys. We already had him having made 2 substitutions. It's a little bit worrying. I've only got 1 remaining. And we're going to have a lot of tired players. Al Hosseini with the cross. And it's a very poor one, though. And Charles picks the ball up in the Blyth box. Plays it to Hall Johnson, who plays it onto Des Prez. Lakeman playing it back to his keeper, Rose. He's being rushed down by Mintus, but failing to force an error. Al Hosseini with the shot. It's over the bar and wide. Whew. This is tense. It looks like we might be going into penalties here. We have 1 minute remaining of added time before it will be a penalty shootout between Alfreton and Blyth, and there it is. There's the full-time whistle. Let's auto-pick the penalty takers and have a look who we get. Hunt, Aimson. Aimson's a penalty taker, is he? We've just signed him. Well, he's not really. It's just everyone else we've got is really awful. We're not winning this penalty shootout. Just saying, but we are not winning this penalty shootout. We've not got quality penalty takers. Oh well, let's get this ball rolling, get this over and done with. So Blakeman stepping up for Alfreton to take the first penalty. Saved by Thomas. Brilliant start. Now Hunt, I think the best penalty taker we've got, also saved. It gives you hope and then it takes it away immediately. Harrison. Saved! What is going on here? Nobody can score a penalty. Aimson, come on. Come on. New signing on his debut. Playing in the FA Cup. Defender is the first man to score a penalty. Good job. Okay, now Perry for Alfreton. That's in. It's 1 each on the penalties. Charles next. Slots it in nicely. That was a very good penalty. Wright scores as well. 2 each. Hall Johnson. We're into our terrible takers now. This is where it's probably going to go wrong for us. Oh, he scored it though. We can only hope that Alfreton's penalty takers are worse than ours. Jones Griffiths walking up to the spot. Let's hope he's nervous. Come on, Thomas. See if you can save another. The AI is evil. That's right, Coldsteel. No, that's in. That's in. It's 3 each. And we're into sudden death. Or are we? Oh, hold on. Alphaton. No. No. Hold on. We could win this. Yeah, if Mintus scores this, we're through, I think. Just trying to keep track. No! It's saved! Of course it's saved! Oh, now we're into sudden death. Helm for Alfreton. Scores. Who's next? Who is next? Because if he misses... Oh, it's O'Hanlon. Oh, God. The left wing back. If he misses this, it's all over for us. We're out of the FA Cup. Just like that. All the pressure is on him at this moment. He steps up. It's a terrible penalty straight at the keeper. And that's it. We're out. We're out of the FA Cup. Losing 4-3 on penalties to Alfreton. Disappointment. Well, I called it. I knew we weren't going to win a penalty shootout. We just don't have the good penalty takers. I think I've got like one vaguely reasonable penalty taker in the side, and that's it. Never mind. Keeper did well. Yeah, new keeper saving 2 penalties. Not bad going, but yeah, it wasn't to be, was it? So, O'Hanlon says he'll step up and take another despite missing. Well, says you. We'll see if I let you ever again after that. And who was this? Hinchcliffe made his debut as well as Aimson. I think they both played all right. Hinchcliffe scored a goal, which was fantastic. You can't ask for more than that. And Aimson scored his penalty, so I think they both did well. Just a shame the team couldn't win. Yes, Cole still says, I could have done better on a penalty than that. That last one, yeah, definitely. I mean, no way was that an acceptable penalty for even a semi-professional footballer. Well, it looked like our wing-backs were letting us down, really. Everyone else did all right. Aimson could have done better, but it's his debut. Give him time to settle in with the other defenders. Yeah, that's the front men did all right. Just kept conceding though, and then we'd equalise and then concede and then equalise, and yeah, I don't know. It's just a rough day. Right. Well, now we changed up the tactic for one game. Maybe that'll throw the AI off, and we can go back to this. But I do want to go back to this 4-3-3, particularly because we've just signed Navarro. Well, I think I just signed him. Yeah, there we go. We just signed Navarro, and he'll fit into that strategy really nicely. In theory. Because he should be able to play the deep lying forward role better than Maguire. And then I can put Maguire as a poacher in place of Dolling, and hopefully things will improve up front and we'll actually get some goals scored. Right, Sutton next. Sutton's going to be tough. Well, when you're on a streak like this, every match is tough, but it's an away game. They're third in the league. Right. That's right, Catch. Yeah, I had one good penalty taker and he missed. That's right. Oh, Cold Steel reckons the locals will be screaming for my head soon. Well, let's just have a look. Let's see. Right, there we go. To summarise, the board are very pleased with your overall leadership of the team. This has been underlined by the fans' delight at Blyth's convincing 4-0 Vanarama National League victory over Aldershot. However, some fans have voiced their concern over Dan Maguire's performances. See, it's not me they're worried about. It's the players just not delivering. I'm all safe. All right, okay. Let's get this team picked. Straight up go for best 11 here again. All right. Why Hinchcliffe? Really? That's interesting. Maybe I'll give him a try there then. And then we're just completely leaving out Dan Maguire altogether. Well, yeah, I'm going to try that because Maguire's been on a goal drought and disappointing us. Oh, also he's suspended, so it's not even an option, is it? All right, okay. I want Nexus on the bench though because he is good. Oh, we've got Aimson. Right, okay. Yeah, all right. Let's go this way around. Yeah, all right. So everyone else can go play for the under-23s. Is that for you? Yeah, we're all good. Yeah, let's see how this new guy, Luca Navarro, does. Are we champions yet? No, we're not, Tasco. No, we just got knocked out of the FA Cup on penalties. Ugh. 3-3 draw at full time after extra time, and we lost a penalty shootout. Right, who are you? Luke Stewart. No, you were terrible. That's why I don't remember you. Yeah, we're not on a good streak, Tasky. We need to turn things around. Okay. What's that? My under-18s winning the FA Youth Cup third round qualifier, right? Yeah, so my youth team's doing all right. They won 7-1 against Prescott's under-18s. Jesus. What's going on there? Colin Harvey. He's not that good. And my under-23s are winning as well. So everything except for my first team. Oh, wow, look at that. I've been offered the Middlesbrough job. Middlesbrough are in the Sky Bet Championship. So second highest division in English football for those of you in America that might not know. That's pretty damned high profile. I don't want the job though. I'm sticking with Blyth. That's where my loyalty is. But yeah, that's a huge job to be offered. Obviously impressing somebody, even though the results are not coming in. Well, I think what were we predicted this season? I think we were predicted to finish 21st again, so I have been overperforming with the team every season based on the ratings. So perhaps that's one reason why we're getting offered decent high-level jobs. Ah, Navarro. Ooh, we finally got someone that might be half decent at free kicks. I'm going to have to sort that out. So Sutton are clear favourites. Yeah, they're probably going to absolutely hammer us. Oh, we're closing in on a record winless run. Brilliant. 8 matches without a win. The existing record is also 8. So if I don't win this next game, I've beaten my record for games without a win. Brilliant. What a record to be on for. That's what I want to hear. Blythe are delighted with me because I turned down the Middlesbrough job. Okay, so let's go to tactics and sort out the kick takers, the set pieces, because getting those new players in changes things up a little bit. Just allowing the assistant to pick them. Can't be bothered messing around looking at them myself. Usually does a perfectly fine job for it. There we go, and sort out throw-ins just in case that's changed. There we go. Records mean immortality, says Cold Steel. Oh, thank you very much for the bits, Cobra Raider. Really appreciate that. Still not got the sound alert working for that. Hopefully do that tonight after I finish the stream. I've got to catch Shell when she's not too tired to help me out with that, because I can never figure out where it is. There's too many menus in OBS. Oh, no worries, Catch. See you later, mate. Oh, right. Am I right to place my faith back in this 4-3-3? It started well for us, but it has not been good this session. Then again, the 3-4-3 only managed a draw against Alfreton, so that's not exactly a good sign either. But we've still got the formation that won us promotion. What was it? The 5-2-1-2. Still got that in the bag that we can always fall back to if we need to, but kind of like trying new stuff out. All right. So I think I'm happy with this. I already did the setup a few days back, so we'll submit this team. Yeah. And we need a number for Navarro. Jesus. Number 40. We've now got 40 players in our squad. That's huge for a club of our level. Let's hope we don't go bankrupt. Right, okay, so bring it on, Sutton. Currently sitting 12th in the league, 4 points outside of the playoffs right now. Can't really afford to be slipping any further, but I do feel like we're going to break our record of games without a win right now. Oh, good tackle there by Egan. Denying that attack by Sutton down our left wing. Oh, well, their left wing, our right wing. Okay, goal kick from Sutton. Moore picks it up in midfield to Misilu. Ayunga. Oh, is that Folvey or Felivi? Can't quite see. Mintus now. We're on the counter. Oh, it's a poor ball though. Can Egan win that? No, Grayson gets to it first. Oh, but Egan does take it away from him. And we are on a counter-attack now. Oh, it comes to nothing pretty much. Hunt picking it up in midfield. Wall now to Mintus. Can we get a shot off? Yeah, he got one away, but it wasn't on target, unfortunately. At least it was an effort, a chance, an opportunity. Alderton, Gallimore, Ayunga, good shot from him and a good save from Thomas. The counter. Right, let's go for a demand more. Hunt with the corner, whips it in. And it comes out to Gallimore, and they're on the break here. Sutton surging upfield. Believy now. Oh, puts a cross into Gallimore. This is dangerous. A little pass to Ayunga, and it's in the goal. We just seem so weak at the back at the moment. I don't know why. Just getting caught on the break. Believy. Gallimore, Ayunga. Yeah. Disappointment. Okay. Let's think about this. We're getting caught on the break too much. I think it's perhaps because these midfielders are too attacking. So let's stick them on automatic for now. And chill out a little bit. Because I think maybe that's why we're getting caught. They're pushing up too far. Grayson. A good tackle there by Hunt. Needs to do it again before Misulu has a shot. Gallimore. Oh, that was close. That rattled off the bar. Off the post. And came out. Luckily managed to hack it away for a clearance, but that could have been another goal. Egan to Hinchcliffe. Now Navarro. New man, new signing. See if he can score a goal for us. Oh, Naby! And he gets the rebound! It's in! His first shot hitting the post. The second finding the net. And that is the equaliser. His first goal for the club. Only signed him a few games ago. Already getting a goal for us. Egan with the cross. Naby off the post. Getting the rebound before Walker can get up and react. Easy tap in. Easy goal. And I'm very pleased about that equaliser. In fact, it was so good. It wants to show us a third time. Yeah, that's proving he was onside and everything. Yeah, nice. Good effort. Okay. Mintus, throw-on goal here. Takes a shot, saved by Walker though. That goes out for a corner. Again, Mintus using that pace. That's why he's there. That's what he's here for. Do you know what? I meant to lift the spirits of my team, didn't I? I meant to talk to them all. Did not get around to doing that in the end. So I demonstrated it with a couple of players, so their spirits will be lifted, but should have done it with all of them, really. Perhaps that might have got us a win. Oh, Ayunga with the header there, just wide of the mark. Relief. Right, let's demand more. It's still 1-1. 35 minutes played. Levy with a corner. Sutton, off the head of Howe. Out for another goal kick. They are threatening. Now, not wanting to give up on their former lead. Looks like they want to take it back. Can we get a highlight from this, though? Follis upfield to Wall. Wall to Mintus. There's Prez in the middle, but he gets tackled by Grayson, and the counter is on for Sutton. For Levy again. He's going to put another dangerous cross into Ayunga. Oh, that was a good cross. And almost a good finish. Come on, lads. They're looking disinterested right now. If we can get a good reaction out of our players, that'd be great. Well, I mean, the stats aren't looking too far apart, are they? Things are looking all right, apart from our foul count as usual, as a result of the get stuck in instruction. Yeah, let's tell them they're doing well, because a draw away to Sutton is a good result for us. So I'm fine with telling them that. Okay, Thomas with the goal kick, pumping it high and wide, but finding nobody there. Williams now, Grayson with a cross, Gallimore in space on the right, takes a shot, saved by Thomas. Solid at the back at the moment, doing well. And a 6.9. For Levy will have the corner though. Another save by Thomas. Good man. Glad I signed him so far. The team are playing mostly pretty well, apart from Des Prez. It looks like he's having a bit of a nightmare today. On a 6.3. Navarro on 6.4 as well. Not doing too great. Oh, saved off the line there. That could have been a goal. Grayson to Falevi. Cross only as far as Egan, but he can't head it beyond Alderton. Grayson pumping it back into the box. It comes out though. Nobody could get on the end of that. And that was offside. Des Perez is not really improving, is he? So we've got Nexus. Let's bring him on in place of him. See if Nexus can turn things around for us. Wallace with a good tackle there. Des Perez, possibly his last kick of the game. Using it to smash it upfield, looking for Navarro, but unfortunately Navarro failing to win that ball. Levy, shot there, saved by Thomas. He's looking to sneak the ball into the net at the inside post. Okay, Nexus is on. Go for a demand more. Again, a draw is a good result for us here, but no harm in trying for the win. Grayson with a throw-in to Alderton. For Levy. He's behind the defensive line. Oh, takes a shot. Saved by Thomas, and that goes out for a throw-in. Looks like Gallimore will take that. It's the end of the highlight. The relief. Hinchcliffe now with a free kick. New signing who's decent at set pieces. Maybe we can score some free kicks this season. Mintus now is offside, surely. He is, yeah. Come on. Just one goal, that's all I'm asking. 8 minutes of normal time to go. Perhaps we will change the front men. Okay. I know Hinchcliffe is playing better than Navarro, but kind of interested to see how things work out if I do this. So I've moved Navarro into the deep lying forward position, and I've brought on Coghill. Well, I will do as soon as we get the next opportunity. Oh, off the post there by Davies. It was dangerous. All right, subs are on. Or sub is on, I should say. Can we get a goal as a result? Wall putting the ball into the box to Coghill. Oh, Coghill, come on. Come on, man. That was a golden opportunity. Corner, though, taken by Hunt. Thank you, Cobra. The corner comes to absolutely nothing. We've got minutes left. 1 minute of normal time. The team are looking focused after the feedback. We've got another highlight here. Coghill to Egan. Egan pumping the cross into the box. Oh, Gallimore reaching it before a Blyth player can. And that's the end of that. Smith's going to get to that ball first, though. We've got 3 minutes of added time to play. Can we get something in these dying minutes? Coghill puts the ball into the box, looking for Mintus, but headed away by the Sutton defence. Alderton, long effort there from outside the box, saved by Thomas, and that will be a corner kick for Sutton, possibly the last kick of the game here. Mintus with the header away. Grayson picks it up on the edge of the box. And there is the full-time whistle. 1-1 away at Sutton. Well, we'll take that. We'll take that. That could have been a lot worse. At least we didn't lose. Hmm. 8 matches without a win now. Oh, thank you very much for the follow. Banana Man Peely 123. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Yeah, 9 games without a win. New record. Not the kind of record you want to be breaking. So let's have a look. Man, look at that. That is rough. That's Telford at home next. Maybe that's the win that we've been long overdue getting. Maybe that'll be the one. We're going to have quite a tired team for that, I think. Because we've had quite a busy schedule recently. But on the plus side, we're only slight underdogs for this game. That's the best we've had in a while. Yeah, I was going to say on the plus side, one positive about being out of the FA Cup is our schedule will not be too crowded for a little while. Should allow our team to be in a little bit better condition than our opponents. Okay, so this time I think Maguire should be back from his suspension. He is. But I want to try doing it the original way that I was hoping for after we signed Navarro by having him as the deep line forward and then Maguire as the poacher. So Hinchcliffe will be on the bench, but he's a good one to have on the bench. Seems all right. Even though he's primarily a winger. Seems capable up front. And then what am I going to do about my midfield? Just Des Perez has not been impressing me lately. Right, do you know what? I'm actually going to finally get around to doing that little trick, praising conduct. If we can lift people's spirits before we go into this game. So this will take a little bit of time while I do this, but it is important to try to lift our spirits as much as possible after the kind of run we've been on. We need something like this to help lift us out of a rut. Especially with the team being tired too. So morale lifting nicely across the board. Just got 3 more to do. I'll just do the first team players. One's in the starting 11. And the last one is Mintus. I think I did Mintus recently, but see what happens if I do it again this soon after. No change, I don't think. Or maybe it was slightly up. All right, so we'll go with that. We've raised the morale a little bit going into this game, and they've all got recently reacted well to manager comments, which is nice. Maybe this will be enough to shift things in our favour. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on Egan, Smith and Wall in this game in particular. I do have the subs on the bench to replace them with should they get too tired. So, here we go. Brilliant. What a start. What a start. 2 minutes played, Des Prez, red injury, potential foot injury. So that's going to create problems for me with the fitness levels, since I'm having to use a substitute on an injured player this early in the match. Thanks, Football Manager. Just what I needed. Abby picking up a yellow card. Free kick now, taken by Miller. Over the bar though. Let's go for a demand more. Minter's picking up a yellow as well. The universe is evil, that's right, Cobra. Harvey Smith picking up a yellow. I feel like there's going to be either a red card or a fine or both coming up for me by the end of this match. Kafolis with a header from the corner. Follows up his own head attempt with a kick into the goal, and we're ahead. 1-0 up after 13 minutes. The defender's third goal of the season coming from that set piece there. So Hunt with the corner kick. Sent into the 6-yard box. Kafolis getting above everyone else. Jones makes the save initially, but Kafolis reacts well to follow up with the rebound and score. And it's 1-0. Right, hang on. I forgot something else. I made a change during that last match that seemed to work out. I switched these guys from attacking to automatic, so let's do that again. Just in case that works better for us. Nice sell to Turton. It's closing down. And he was closed down pretty well there by the Blyth defence. Kemp now. Nysel. Again, Nysel. Turton with the cross. Taylor's open off the bar. Oh, luckily he was offside, and that brings that to a close. Go for a demand more. Coming up to half time, we are 1 goal up. That makes a change. I can't remember the last time we were winning at half time. Well, it was more than 9 games ago. I know that at least. Okay, so let's tell them they're doing well. And if things stay as they are right now, that win would bring us up to 10th place. It would leave us 3 points outside of the playoffs, which is just 1 win away. It's not bad. So despite our run of not so great form, we've not slipped too far down. Mintus away. Can he put a cross in? Oh, not finding anyone. Oh, takes it himself though. That will do nicely. Darnell Mintus scoring his 8th goal of the season. I'm sure the Jamaican will be happy with that. So he attempted to put a cross into a teammate, and it was defended by a Telford player there. And it just came straight back to Mintus, so he thought, well, fine, I'll have it myself then. And he scored. Free kick now for Telford at the other end. Taylor in the middle. Miller in space, shots away, and it's in the goal. Liam Miller scoring his 14th goal of the season to make the score 2-1. So FC Telford are not giving up. They are not giving up without a fight. Let's go for a demand more. Egan now. Playing it to Nexus. Back to Egan. We're very patient at the moment. Looking for our way through the Telford team. This could be it. Mintus runs onto that through ball. Takes a shot. Rebound comes out to Maguire, who plays it to Navarro, who scores his first goal for the club. That makes it 3-1. And a very nice little move here. Good save initially by Jones, but just no chance for him to react to what came afterwards. Maguire with a nice tap to Navarro and a good finish into an open net. 3-1 is the score. 55 minutes played. Things are looking good. I'm going to go for some praise. Nexus in midfield. Can't find his way past Worsfold. Gallagher now. Maguire stealing the ball away from the defender there. One-on-one with the keeper. Takes the shot himself. Should have played it square to Mintus, I feel. But he was too greedy. Went for the shot and it was saved. But it goes out for a corner. And takes the corner. But it comes to nothing, sadly. Oh, we've got another corner already. Hunt again. Wallace tries to rise up, comes to Nexus. He can't quite get a shot through the defence, and that will come off the red shirt for a throw into Blyth, I think. That's the end of that. Okay, substitutions time. The bar with that shot. It looked like Thomas had no idea it was happening. That was dangerous. Paul Johnson with the throw to Maguire. Pumped into the box. Wall picks it up to Mintus. Mintus' shot saved. And offside there for Wall. Good block there by Mintus. Playing the ball upfield to Maguire. We're on the break here. Can Maguire find a way past his man? He does. He beats him. Tries to get the cross into Navarro. But headed away by the Telford defence. And now they're on the break. Azevedo. Put the ball across to Miller. He's in the middle. Takes a shot. Closed down by Thomas. Taylor's shot blocked. Now 9 minutes to go. Udo, Gallagher, Martin, the ball over the top of the defence, but Paul Johnson is going to get to that first. Plays it back to the keeper, who sends it upfield, looking for Mintus. Doesn't manage to win the header though. Navarro on the break for Blyth. Maguire. We've got a 3-on-2 situation here. Can Maguire make the pass? No, he doesn't even need to. He takes the shot himself. and scores only his 3rd goal of the season. That's a surprisingly low goal count for Maguire, but we'll take that one, 4-1. And here is the win that has been long overdue. Very tight angle shot there. Keeper should have done better, but we'll take it. 4-1. We've got 2 men here that could have been passed to. But Maguire says, no, don't need it. I'm having this myself. 13 shots, 12 on target. It's much better ratio. And Maguire on the ball again. Got no support at the moment. Tries to hold things up. Gets support in the form of Hall Johnson. Now Nexus in the middle. Wall. He's got space for a shot. Takes it himself. And saved by Jones out for a corner. Worsfold on the break for Telford. It's a poor cross though. Udo will go retrieve that and put one in himself, but Thomas claims. Less than a minute of normal time left to play. There's no way they're going to catch up at this stage, even if they get another goal, which they do. I'm still pretty sure we got this in the bag. 4-2 up. Let's go for the man more. And it just looks like the Blyth defence become a little bit too complacent. What with the lead we had there. Yeah, huge gap for Worsfold to take that shot through. Should have done better, but still, we are ahead. We are now into the last few seconds of the match. Navarro's on the break, plays the long ball for Mintus to run onto. Mintus gets there, plays it back to Maguire. Maguire to Hall Johnson, free shot for Hall Johnson, and it's another goal in extra time. In added time, and that makes it 5-2. And it's an absolute goal bonanza, this match, isn't it? This is what we've been waiting for. This is how this strategy can be when it's going well. And I do feel like getting Navarro in the side has sparked some life into things. And the whistle is going to go any second now. And there it is. That's full time here at Croft Park. 5-2 win for Blyth against Telford. Very pleased with that result. Fantastic stuff. Right, yes, we'll tell them they did excellent. Okay, Des Perez is out for 2 weeks with pulled ankle ligaments. Not great. Blyth take the spoils in Ding Dong battle. The battle of the dongs. Maguire finally ended his goal drought after 11 hours of football without scoring. Terrible. Apparently Navarro spent 12 without finding the net, but not for us. He's only just joined us, so whoever he was playing for previously, he wasn't doing great for, but he's doing fine for us. Okay, that's Tom Maguire. He was superb. Okay, well, I'm really sorry, guys, but I'm actually going to have to end the stream there because you might not be able to tell, but I've almost passed out twice during this stream. I think I'm pretty good at passing it off so you don't really notice, but I'm feeling really, really rough, and I just know that I need to stop and have a rest. Otherwise, I might pass out on stream, and nobody wants that, do they? So I do apologise for ending early. I would normally be carrying on for another couple of hours, but I'm going to have to call it there and put my health first. Sorry, but yeah, don't worry. I will be back though on Monday. I will return, and I've said I'll probably be playing some Mordhau on Monday, and that'll be at 3 p.m. UK time or 10 a.m. Eastern if you're in North America. If you're watching this on YouTube, please give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Try not to judge me too harshly for finishing early. I assure you, I would carry on if I felt I could. But yeah, there will be more Football Manager next Friday. And I'm very much looking forward to it, especially now we finally managed to end that run of awful. But thank you very much for the new follows as well and the bits. I really appreciate it, guys. You're all too kind. And yeah, I need to go lie down for a bit, I think, and try not to die. So thanks again, guys. And I'll see you next time.